Hey guys, it's the Nexo Ninja here today, and I'm here today with today's Battle of the Facts, which is LEGO Nexo Knights versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, before we begin, I just want to address one thing. Both of these characters, these series, have already appeared in my Battles of the Facts series. Nexo Knights appearing in my very first Battle of the Facts series, which I actually didn't know was going to turn into a series. It was last year, which was Battle of the Facts, LEGO Ninjago versus Nexo Knights. And Ninja Turtles actually appeared with the first Battle of the Facts I actually did, being Battle of the Facts Ninja Turtles versus Ninjago. No, both of these series have lost, I'm pretty sure. I don't know about the Ninja Turtles. But anyway, first of all, the Ninja Turtles I did versus Ninjago was the 2003 series. And the Ninja Turtles I'm doing versus Nexo Knights is going to be the recent Nickelodeon series. To celebrate the ending of this great series and to honor the new series that is coming out, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And, yeah. So, what is the Battle of the Facts, you ask? Well, let me tell you. Battle of the Facts is a series I like to do where I pin two series against each other and see which one I like the best by fact. A battle, like, which character personality trait I like out of all the main characters in the show, or which plot I like better, or which seasons I like better. I use fact to determine which of the series is my personal favorite by using facts of my personal favorite things. So anyway, let's get to the first Battle of the Fact. First up is the Nexo Knight side for characters. I'll be comparing characters to see which traits I like more, the Ninja Turtles traits or the Nexo Knights traits. Now before I go on, considering the Ninja Turtles only have 4 main characters, I had to cut out one of the Nexo Knights, and I decided to cut out Axel because I personally preferred the other characters the most. But anyway, let's look at Clay. Clay is the leader of the team that believes in the Knight's Code of all costs. He will do the right thing, whatever it takes, and he will even sacrifice his own life for the right of Knighton. So the next character is Macy. Macy is the typical wannabe knight. Well, I say that because she actually really wants to be a knight, but her father won't necessarily let her because she is the princess of Knighton. So she doesn't really get to be much of a knight until the later seasons, but she is definitely still fighting monsters there, and her personality definitely really grows to see the struggle of her being a princess and her being a knight. Definitely one of the best character changes in Nexo Knights. The next one, I have Lance, who is my personal favorite character of Nexo Knights. This one is definitely the rich snob, who I find incredibly hilarious. Like, oh, I'm better than all of you. And he definitely thinks of himself higher than everyone. And he will rather, like, do something else that he wants to do instead of fight. But his character grows in the later seasons, such as understanding that the knight stuff is really important. I don't really know. I haven't seen much. I've seen Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3. That's all I've seen, though. Now, the last character for the Nexo Knight side is Aaron. Aaron is absolutely a cool guy. He is a knight, but he is incredibly cool. Like, he'll do the job done, but he'll do it in a cool way by flying around in his thing and shooting arrows and everything. Definitely a cool dude, and actually has no fear considering... Actually, he does have a fear. His fear is nothing. Exactly nothing. So that's the Nexo Knight side. Now let's get to the Ninja Turtle side. So this is Ninja Turtles 2000 and something. Not 2003, the recent series. Leonardo is the leader that will do the right thing at all costs and has a huge struggle of maintaining the leadership of the team. And definitely grows throughout the series. I think he is the most character grown Ninja Turtle in the series, and definitely great. Now the next character is Raphael, who has, in my opinion, he has an anger, but not as bad as an anger as the Raphael from 2003. He has a slight temper and prefers to punch instead of talk, and we can see that, I think, in the second episode of the series. I've only seen, like, Season 1 of this season. I've been trying to catch up on the rest of them, but he has a huge anger attitude, but he will do whatever it does, whatever's right to the right cost. Michelangelo is the party dude, and like most of the Ninja Turtles, he'll do what's right at the end, and he'll goof around a lot, But he does do what's right, and that's, I guess, the important part. Definitely has a lot of care for creatures. As you can see, well, all the other turtles were extremely scared of Leatherhead. He was not, and he saw the goodness in him, so definitely great character from Mikey there. Donnie is the smart one of the team. He comes up with all these machines. He also has a huge heart, as we can see within I think I've only watched the first season of the 2000 Nickelodeon season, and he does have a big heart, considering he has a crush on April, as you can see. But I don't judge me if that changed. Like I said, I've only seen the first season. But anyway, I'm gonna have to give this point to Nexo Knights. So let's get to the next part. Point 1 goes to Nexo Knights. I find that the Nexo Knights characters are a lot more enjoyable, personally, than the Ninja Turtles one. I like both their characters a lot, but by me, personally, I'm going to have to say that I like the Nexo Knights one. Now we're going to see which storyline of Season 1s for both of the series I enjoy. So let's get to it. First up is Nexo Knights. Season 1 of Nexo Knights starts pretty simple. A jester named Jestro is incredibly sick of being made fun of for his mess-ups on his axe, and he finds an encounter with a strange book called the Book of Monsters, which turns him evil and gives him the power to summon monsters. And the Nexo Knights must use the power of their old/new friend Murloc 2.0 to give them the power of the Nexo Shields. Nexo powers, I should say, to defeat the monsters, and that is basically the season. The season ends with this huge fight, but let's get to Ninja Turtles now. Ninja Turtles. The season was very confusing for most part of it. It starts with them encountering a alien species known as the Krang, and as this group, they actually realize this is how they turned into the Mutant Turtles, and the Krang starts mutating a bunch of things, and they encounter several different mutants throughout the season, and they encounter this gang of ninjas called the Foot, with their Master Splinter's old friend that I wouldn't call a friend anymore, Orokusaki, the Shredder, who has it out for Splinter, and will do anything at all costs to get to him. And the series ends with the Turtles destroying the Krang's evil thing, being the Technodrome, and stopping them from mutating the whole city. I'm definitely going to have to give this point to Ninja Turtles here, so Nexo Knights has a point, Ninja Turtles has a point now. Now, this is going to be sort of a personal question, but both of these series has retired, and yes, LEGO has announced that Nexo Knights is officially going to retire after Season 5, and Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has already retired, making the way for the new Ninja Turtles, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which if you want to hear my opinion about, go watch the video. But anyway, this question is, which series I've had the most nostalgia for? This is the new Ninja Turtles, not the old one, but anyway, so how I found out about Nexo Knights is actually my cousin's birthday. I was flipping through the TV and I saw a LEGO show, and I was a big fan of Ninjago, so I decided to check it out. It was definitely really enjoyable. I remember my first time watching the show, and it was definitely really memorable moment. I still remember it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this show's awesome. And I remember trying to watch every episode as soon as it came out. I picked up a lot of the sets, and yeah, so for Ninja Turtles 2012 and Nickelodeon series, I was really hyped when I heard this was announced, because I was a big fan, and I grew up with the 2003 series, and I did watch this, and I really did enjoy the show. I got most of the action figures, and I actually kind of watched a few episodes of it, then stopped because I got interested in other things and just didn't have the patience to sit and wait for like 30 episodes to come out per season. So I'm actually going to have to give the nostalgia point to Nexo Knights. So Nexo Knights has 2 and Ninja Turtles has 1. So let's get to the final question of the Battle of Facts. Who would physically win in a fight? The Nexo Knights or the Ninja Turtles? If the Ninja Turtles win this part, it will go on to a tiebreaker. So I think the fight would go a lot like this. The Ninja Turtles would start using their normal weapons to account the Nexo Knights. But I don't really think they would. They'd probably try to find a tactic to damage them, considering they have a lot of armor on. But I have a feeling when the Nexo Knights start to get really weak, they would use their Nexo powers and take out the Ninja Turtles. So I have a feeling the Nexo Knights would actually win the fight. So I guess the winner of this week's Battle of the Facts is Nexo Knights. So to the first competitor of the first ever Battle of the Facts, Nexo Knights lost to Ninjago, but wins to Ninja Turtles. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. And if you have any Battle of the Facts suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you guys so much. And I'd like to hear in the comments below what series you prefer out of these two. Thank you guys so much for watching, and bye-bye.